Hi, Leos. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for my Sun, Moon, Rising in Venus. Cross watchers, you're always welcome. Today, I'm going to ask our spirit guides for my singles, what's next in love, what's coming your way, any energy around you. I do have some charms and some initials, so we'll get some evidence and clues. Let's call in our guides. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that is here for the first time. Spirit, I call upon you for loving messages for my Leos. What is it that you want them to know at this time? What is it that you need them to hear? I am listening for you now. Let's see what we have, everybody. I have protection. You are protected. Leos feels pretty secure to begin with, but it's always nice to know that somebody's got your back, right? Your angels have your back, your spirit guides, your lost loved ones, your ancestors. I love it. I have serenity. I want peace and serenity in my life, or I don't want to bring someone into my life. So that feels like I've just been working at peace of mind, comfort, calm energy. So whoever you want to be with, it could be the sound of their voice, spirit saying, is the hook. You could just love the sound of their voice. It's sexy, something like that. So you could just be like, wow, from the moment I heard their voice, I have beauty. I'm going to say beautiful inside and out. They see you for more than a pretty face. Okay. And yeah, of course you have a pretty face, handsome face. But they see you, it's more of an inside out beauty. So if they were to describe you to somebody, they would say, you know what, as beautiful on the inside as on the outside. And I have endurance. I'm not going to give up on you. I'm not going to give up on this connection. So do you have someone coming into your energy that knows what they're getting into, is ready? They're saying ready for a challenge. Are you a challenge, Leo? Is there something about you that's a challenge? Are you going to make this person jump through hoops? That's what I want to know. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you need me to hear? I have a Fool. I do not know this person. Page of Pentacles. I have a Three of Cups. And I have a Star. I feel like you are going to be celebrating sooner than later. Okay, so the Page of Pentacles came into me more as something going on in your life that's kind of, it could be a new job, a part-time job, new business. This person could come into your life around that energy somehow. So it's like, if I didn't start that new, say, part-time job, or I don't know, maybe something shifted in your work, you're in a different division, a different building, something happened along those lines. So some of you, it could be connected to something having to do with work. I definitely feel like a celebration is sooner than later, because there's a sense of time is of the essence. Celebrating sooner than later. I'm going to go with that, because I do feel that you've been waiting long enough, that I just feel like time's up, Spirit. This feeling of you've been waited and now it's here. So we'll manifest that. We'll put that out into the universe at the end. This is what I want. But there's definitely a feeling of time is of the essence today for some reason. I have an Emperor. I have a Two of Pentacles. I have a Magician. And I have a Tower. It came into me as you've changed their mind about being in a relationship, love, commitment. You definitely are. They could have been walking around with, I'll never settle down. I'll never be married again. I'll never live with somebody. But there's definitely this feeling of you've changed their mind. Like I just feel like they're surprised. There's a part of me that it's almost like they are surprised that they are ready to jump into this new beginning. They're just they're an emperor, so they're smart enough to decide. They are the cubes in the background are coming into me as they've been looking at this connection from every angle. Okay, they've been looking at this, twisting it, turning it, looking at it from every perspective. So they really have been putting a lot of effort into, like, who are you and where is this going, and what is going on? Because there's really a big part of me that says this person had it in their head that they may spend the rest of their life alone and they would be perfectly fine with that. So whatever it is about you, you have twisted their thoughts to, I guess I want something else. Maybe they just are surprised that one person could really make that happen. Okay. So you are something special. You're something special to them, that's for sure. I have consequences. I have assistance. I have a warning, don't play with fire. And I have risky. I have a feeling that this emperor had it in their head that everyone else is high maintenance. Everyone else is don't go there, drama, chaos, a risk. I just feel like they must have had somebody in their life that just blew up their life in some way. And they just said, I can't, everybody's crazy, like, I don't want to deal with it. And then they meet someone like you, and you're normal and you're nice and you're independent and you're secure and you're not asking for anything from them. And you don't have all this kind of crazy in your life. And they realize that there are people out there that aren't going to insist that, drag them into something. So they're afraid to repeat a cycle of some kind. There's this happiness at the bottom of my deck, developing happiness. Is it all an illusion? And would I feel trapped? So they definitely have gone down this feeling of, am I going to be trapped? Okay. Am I going to feel, is it all an illusion that, people stay happy and they stay in love? And I don't believe it. Every time I've been in a relationship, it didn't work, so can you actually develop this happiness? Can you stay and make it work? So I really feel like they had, they went through the ringer maybe once, maybe twice. And it's a person who just either has lost their way as far as believing in love, and they kind of say, oh, love is just an illusion, or happiness fades. It does with the wrong person. It doesn't have to fade with the right person. We can keep it alive, Spirit's saying. We can make this work. So there's something about you that, okay, maybe they take a deep breath and say to themselves, I'm going to try again. I think you're worth the risk. I'm going to roll the dice one more time, something like that. Let's get some initials. I get the knocked down and burnt out energy from people. Depends on your age, too. I have the letter G, K, E, P. I have a Y, the U, an E, the letter T. I have an F today, a V, the letter A, C, T, and a Z. Okay, so you've got some letters coming in there Those feel good. And let's get some double letters. These are first letter of a name, second letter of a name, first name or last name. So let's grab a few of these as well. They don't want to repeat the same pattern. They probably have attracted in the past the same type of person, somebody who's very high maintenance, somebody who had a lot of drama in their life, and they just are burnt out from that. They just can't handle it anymore. And do you blame them? You don't want that either. I have an SO, SA, KA, an LA, JO, KE, FR, CA, DO. Let's get a couple more. RU and JE. So that gives you a handful of, beginning names that if you have somebody on your mind. Spirit, tell me more about this connection. What is it that you need me to know about this person or where we're headed? Anything that you want to share with me? Let's see what they're saying. I have exclusive. I need to be exclusive with somebody. Okay, so that could be important to know. This was in a player. I can only handle one person at a time. I think there's a lot of people that say that, like, I can't keep my head on more than one person. So that's something important. Retreat. I've been spending time alone. Maybe that's something we talk about. Divine timing. Divine timing changes everything. Sometimes spirit knows better than we do what's best for both of us. I have an apology. This person could have a tendency to bring into it initially that hesitation of fairy tales, like I'm going to say, I wish that I believed in fairy tales. I wish I believed in, magic. So this person could be very practical and because of their experiences, and that's okay. One of you can believe in fairy tales and the other one can be practical and until they fall head over heels in love with you. I have a no. Right. So they could be a challenge. They could be a challenge. No to marriage. Maybe that's you. Maybe that's them. I want to be in a relationship, but I'll never get married again. Been there, done that. I have sweet honey. I want somebody in my life. Secret admirer. Admiring you from afar. Sweet kisses. Writing a book of love. Lucky in love. Can I be lucky again? So is this a new chapter? Is this a way for us to get over that hurdle of I've just been burnt so many times before that I have a hard time believing that there's any one person that I could be happy with until you find the right person. Everybody else is a no until you get to a yes. So sometimes that's hard to kind of wrap your head around, because it's disappointing and you get hurt. And then you do find one person who you are truly happy with, and it's easy compared to the other relationships that were high maintenance and chaos and drama. So in this case, this person has to see that it's calmer. And I feel like your energy brings that to this. You're very self-sufficient. You're very high self-esteem. You don't need somebody to hold your hand. Has an imperfection in their speech. I don't know about the imperfection as much as possibly a regional accent, like a Southern accent, Northern accent, Brooklyn accent, something like that. You will see them in person this month. Meet them in person. Loves candy. That's a good one. All right, so they've got a sweet tooth. Wrote you a message but never sent it. Been holding back their feelings, wanting to get this going. Has something important to say to you. There's a hesitation for sure in the beginning. Make something valuable with their own hands. Oh, that sounds like I build custom homes. Maybe they are a builder. Speaks with an accent. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, that's a confirmation. I just said that. Lives in a warmer climate, wants to live in a warmer climate in the south, something like that. Wears a meaningful accessory often. Could be a watch, could be a necklace that they never take off. It's like a signature piece that they wear all the time. Somebody gave it to them, or it has significant meaning to them. Let's grab some charms. Let's see if they'll give me some clues with the charms. I have some beautiful charms today. So let's get a scoop of these and see what I'm feeling. Let me see where to go with my magic spoon. Let's see. Let's go over here a little bit. Okay. Lots of pink. Okay. All right. So the first thing that jumped out at me was this flamingo. So that came into me as warmer weather. Okay. So Florida, I've got this big hat. So beach weather, beach hats, covering up. I have the letter J. Maybe I love Florida. I like the islands, things like that. Gemini. Where's my little, hold on, I got to get my little plier thingies here. Okay. I've got a Libra, Gemini, Libra. I have a black cat, right? Black cat. Okay, somebody who has a black cat. That could be a clue. I have pets. I'll treat you like a queen. I'm going to be good to you. I'll treat you like a king. I'll treat you like a queen. Okay, so somebody who would be very good to you. That feels nice. I have lips. This is coming into me as very affectionate. Okay, so somebody who it kisses you in public, doesn't just wants to kiss you. If they want to kiss you, they're going to kiss you. They just don't hold back. If they feel the urge that they want to kiss you in that moment, they kiss you. That feels nice. I have a wine barrel, so I like a good glass of wine. I feel like I like it. Okay, is this a king and a queen? Look at it. I've got, yeah, I felt that. I felt like we're going to be good to each other. So it could be, we're just kind of royalty to each other. We are really just really good to each other. I have a teddy bear, 2 teddy bears. So these feel like little girls. Somebody might have 2 daughters. They could be grown up at this point, but I could have 2 daughters. So that felt like I have children in my life. I have this snail going slow. I would not be surprised by that. This person's excited about you, likes you, but they also have this kind of thing in the background saying, every time I've been in a relationship, somehow it ends and somehow I get burnt. So they have that in the background that we have to overcome somehow. It wasn't you. This feels like a whale's tail. I don't know. It feels like big stories with the book. Okay, so big stories. Maybe they do have a big story. Maybe they have a crazy ex, that has a big story to tell. This came into me as a runner. Okay, that I know they're not necessarily running sneakers, but it came into me as a runner that they work out, but they like to run outside, or that's their cardio, something like that. Maybe they've been a runner for years, or that's kind of a basketball sneaker too. So they could be active in sports, but it did come into me as a physical runner. Okay, not that they run from relationships, but they like to run outside, 3 miles a day or 2.5 miles or something like that. More in the weekend, Spirit saying. That's nice. Spirit, what else do you want us to know about this connection? There's a little bit of you've changed their mind, and they haven't had anybody be able to change their mind about how they feel about relationships in a long time. So what is it about you that your confidence, they're saying, is what's changed their mind, that I mean, every relationship is a risk, but they're looking at you as you're so confident that you're worth the risk. I have a Capricorn energy here. I have a Gemini, Cancer, Sagittarius. Let's get one more of these. And I have an Aries coming in. Okay, that's good. And I have manifesting your life. I like this gem. I like this kind of big crystal coming out of, the ground, but it felt more like you're a gem, you're a prize, you're worth the risk. And yeah, they had some, difficulty in the past with somebody, but I'm going to say we all did, and that's something you share with them. Nobody's coming into this relationship with perfect, clean slate. So there's a part of me that says that's what we talk about. I wish I had had a perfect relationship too in my past, but I didn't. That's why I'm starting over. So Spirit, please share with me, what is it that you need us to know? Somebody who is willing to give this a chance because it's you. I don't think they'd give it a chance with somebody else. I think they're only going to give it a chance because it's you. I'm terrified. Okay, that's truthful. It feels truthful. 9 of Swords. I just wish things were different. I wish I didn't have this holding back energy, right? Yay and nay. Okay, so there's some convincing. I mean, I wouldn't expect you to jump through hoops with somebody, but if you're having a good time with this person and you're just enjoying each other's company for a period of time, that person's going to get you just used to the idea of having somebody in their life and enjoying having somebody in their life again, is how I feel like this is going to unfold. They may not go into it with some kind of intention of where I want to end up. They just go into it with, I know that I just want to spend time with you, and I'm okay with that for now. So that's where we're headed. You make me want to do bad things. You could be the first person in a long time that they're turned on by. I haven't been turned on by anybody. I haven't been attracted to anybody, let alone sleep with anybody. Wait, I've waited for this. That could be you. That could be them. I need time for me. So they have been very protective of their energy. They have. And you could be scared by that. It's easy to walk into a relationship with somebody who says, I can't wait to start a new relationship. I'm looking for my next spouse. But that is not everyone. I can't even look at you right now. So the sense of, I don't know how to explain what I'm feeling. I don't want to scare you away and say, I'm not interested. I don't want you to say, I don't want to scare you away and say, I don't believe in love, even if that crosses their mind. They are going to be guarded for sure. You are so very special. I feel like you're able to override what it is that they are most worried about for some reason. And they could have been in a holding pattern for a long time. They could have been, I've been single for years, too afraid to talk. How do I explain what I'm going through? I'm definitely interested in you. I think I'm thinking bad thoughts. I think I'm wanting to be with you. Please give me time. I've never felt this way before. I feel like that's what we're going to have to do. I know you don't want to hear that, Leos, but you've got your whole life. You've got a big, busy life already. You've got stuff going on. This person isn't going to make or break you. If you enjoy being with this person and it's a special time together and you are growing and you're making progress and you see this person letting go, then I would say that this person is having some kind of breakthrough or change of mind, change of heart, something like that. But you've definitely changed their mind about their attitude towards single versus relationships. that it's worth it, that it can be worth it. So we're going to put this out into the universe and we're going to ask Spirit if it's meant to be, if it's meant for you and it's going to work for you, that this comes into your energy and it does work. But not everybody comes into our energy with this kind of gung ho. I can't wait to be in a committed relationship. So we know that. But we just need that one special person. So you are so very special, they're saying. The number 21, 21st of the month. Maybe we'll look at that. Let's ask Spirit to guide us both. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. If you're new to this channel, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you always for your kind words. I appreciate them. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please go to my website, KathyMamolenPsychicMedium.com. Check out my other videos on my other channels. I'll put the links in the description below. I hope you enjoyed your reading. We'll see you again real soon.